just because you've got textured hair yourself, it means you're going to be an amazing textured hair specialist. That's not the way it goes. Having her young sort of put me quite quickly into survival mode. Let me see what happens with this last £50 that I've got, make some business cards. This side, at the moment, I'm on this side of the camera.
Never say never. Keep an eye out. Okay.
Exactly.
Hey, beautiful. Welcome back to the Kiya Convos podcast. This is the space for all things self-care, wellness, and empowerment. I'm your host, Kay Amoah, and today we have the gorgeous Sophia. Hi.
Hi, Kay. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Fabulous. Good.
Thank you so much for agreeing to come down. I know your schedule is packed. You are very busy. I know we only have a short time today, but it's fine. This will be like a little taster episode.
Nice.
And we'll have to get you back when we can fit it in.
Not
Definitely.
a problem at all. Looking forward to it.
Perfect. I've been really looking forward to this conversation. I always like to kick off just asking guests to just introduce yourself and let everyone know who is Sophia.
Sophia is a hair and makeup artist for television and film, but a hairdresser by trade. So I've been a hairdresser for a few decades. Don't want to show my age. But I've had my own salon, academy, etc. I'm an educator for a hair care brand and HMUA for television and film.
Perfect. And who are you outside of hairstyling?
Mummy.
Okay.
I'm mummy, a mum to 4 beautiful humans.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you. Earlier on today, my son said, "Oh, Mum, listening to your story about everything you've done sounds really tiring." I was like, "Yes, Mummy, it's very tired, very, very tired, but I enjoy it."
Yeah, I love it. So did you always have a passion for hair? What did your journey look like to becoming a hairstylist initially?
Yeah. So I always enjoyed doing hair from a young age. I was a Saturday girl from the age of 14 and a young mum. So I had my daughter young. I was 19, teenage mum, and ended up being a single parent. And kind of, even though I kind of had a massive interest as well into education and music, I went to Brit school. Having her young sort of put me quite quickly into survival mode, and I thought, I do hair anyway. I'm really, really good at it. Let me see what happens with this last £50 that I've got, make some business cards and hope for the best. And within a couple of weeks, it just propelled into doing mobile and then led to my own salon, etc.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, let's not skim past that. So what did it look like? How did you get those initial clients, and then what did it look like, building the brand from there?
So like I said, I was a teenage mum. I moved out of London shortly after I had her. I thought I'd raise her in a more affluent area with more opportunities and less poverty, and creating that space, having, doing mobile hairdressing. It was just me giving out cards hand to hand. So I just go into the town centre with my little girl and just like, here, I do hair. And the phone started ringing.
Wow.
So quite quickly I was travelling to and from people's homes. You get to know the families, you start to grow with them, and it moved quite quickly. It warranted me opening my own salon a few years after. I was covering a good, if anyone's familiar with sort of Surrey, Berkshire area, I was covering from sort of Staines to Basingstoke, Reading, Guildford, Bracknell, Aldershot, all of that sort of area.
Yeah.
So maybe had I stayed in London, I would have had a lot more competition. But moving out of London kind of allowed me to sort of monopolise the market out there.
Amazing. No, that's no small thing. I mean, being in business is tough.
It's huge.
So be able to build a name for yourself,
definitely.
Well done.
Thank you.
So you mentioned that you're now in TV and film. How did you initially, and when did you break into the industry?
So the salon I had for over a span of sort of say 12 to 14 years, because I opened one and then closed that and then opened another. So collectively 12 to 14 years. And that covered hairdressing, specialising in textured hair, but offering a lot of expertise and knowledge to those with children with mixed textures because of where we are demographically. There's a lot of combination hair textures. So the scope was that it was training, education, workshops, working with colleges to take on apprentices, teaching apprentices the textured hair side of things, because the colleges weren't at the time delivering that. sort of, yeah, so for 14 years, that's what it looked like. I lost my mum, and she supported me through everything. And not having her support, I kind of made a decision to close the business and just thought, do you know what, I can't, without having my mum to almost kind of be a mum to the kids sometimes, I couldn't spread myself that thin.
Sure. Okay.
So I had to make a decision to close the salon and keep the clients, which probably about 100 that I kept, because it you know, there was a massive database of clients when I had the salon.
Yeah.
But I narrowed it down, kept someone, just rented a chair for a little while, until I just wanted my hairdressing to take a different spin. Sure. And I wasn't quite sure what that spin was going to be, but I was working quite closely with a lady who already worked in television and film, and I kind of got an understanding of what she did and what that meant. And then I got a WhatsApp message with the opportunity to do a soap for a year doing hair.
Oh, wow. How did that feel in that moment? Were you like,
I was over the moon. I was like, to be honest, it did seem like, if this WhatsApp's gone round to loads of different skilled hairdressers in textured hair, and I'm one of them, loads of people are going to apply.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a really difficult challenge amongst all of these, because we're all creatives. We're all great. We've all got our expertise. Some are great in weave, some are great in cutting, some are great in colouring. We're all artists at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But everyone brings something different to the table. So I knew I was up against a lot of competition. And having just run my business outside of London, I kind of felt like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be going up against like proper top people that want to go into soap. But there was something that was just saying, just go for it.
Yeah.
You've got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
And after, being in sort of early stages of grief as well, and realizing that life's too short, just go for it. My husband's like, or my fiance, he was like, but what about the makeup side? You don't really do that much makeup. I was like, don't worry about that. Apply anyway, because you never know.
You never know.
And they were like, look, if you want to learn more, we can teach you more. I was like, yeah, great. But if you bring the textured hair expertise, that's what we need.
Yeah.
I just picked up the family and moved 4 hours up the front to Liverpool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I commuted back and did my clients once a month. But yeah, we moved, relocated, put my son in school, my daughter in nursery. Yeah, for the opportunity.
How was that from like the perspective of, I guess, as a husband and wife with children? What was that like internally for you?
My fiance is very, very supportive, and he works in a job that can be flexible.
Sure.
He's quite happy just doing what he's doing, but because he knows how much I've put into my career and build it, he's willing to support me whichever way it goes. So when I said, look, I really, really believe in this, let's do it, he's like, okay, great, I'll find a job up there and you do what you need to do.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that.
And not everybody, like you say, may have been fortunate enough to have a partner that, they may have been quite, it would have been difficult for the partner to move with them. Yeah. And that could have caused a little bit of difficulty. But no, we were able to just, And also, my brother is an actor and television presenter, etc., comedian, but he was in the soap. So I think because he was in the soap, I felt quite confident to go up there anyway, because I wouldn't be homeless, even if it took us a while to find somewhere to live, which it did. And we ended up living with him for a few months. I felt confident with the fact he was up there as well.
Do you come from quite a creative family?
Yes, we do. We do. Yeah. So my uncle is, he's amazing. He's a singer, and he has had number ones in this country back in the 80s and did quite a lot in America. Singer-songwriter, and has been writing and still performs up until today. Oh wow! My brother is a comedian by trade, and he has done a lot of stand-up to EastEnders, Hollyoaks, soaps, radio presenting, theatre. My cousin is a well-known BBC actress as well. Does a lot of dramas. She had a lead in the Bob Marley film, and she had a lead in Champion. She's done. We've all got a bit of flair. And my thing was music. So when I went to Brit, that's what I did.
Okay.
But hair was, I always had the two.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like just the way things went for me with raising my daughter and going into survival mode and thinking, I need to feed this baby.
Yeah.
Taking that leap of faith and that jump into music just wasn't something I could visualize. And then my path and my career has just taken me down the hair route. So I'm on the other side of the camera. I'm not saying one day I might not be on the other side, but this side, at the moment, I'm on this side of the camera.
Never say never. Keep an eye out. Okay.
Exactly.
Oh, perfect. I know we met at the BBR beauty event and you were quite vocal about your experiences in the industry.
Yeah.
Give us a few examples of what you've experienced since working in the TV and film industry.
I mean, if I start from now and work backwards, now we're moving forward. Sure. It's great. Yeah. There's a lot of provision for textured hair teaching now in the industry. I have my own small academy, but I also teach for larger film studios and their makeup academies. When the textured hair makeup modules come along, I'm delivering to the new cohorts of budding HMUAs. So it's really, really good to see. Yeah. And for artists to be able to go on set and have representation and see people that look like them is reassuring, it's comforting, it's settling. It doesn't mean that just because you've got textured hair yourself, it means you're going to be an amazing textured hair specialist. That's not the way it goes. Yeah. It is down to skill and expertise, but it's still it's still good to see a mixture and diversity when it comes to on set and selection for you've got the hair and makeup artists, but some people may be experts in wigs, some people may be barbers, some of them, everyone's got their niche. Yeah. It's nice to see that all come together in one team, but it's also nice to see diversity, different ethnicities in one room and everybody bringing their experiences to the forefront. So it's great where we're at. We've still got a lot of work to do. And some organizations and some production companies are more for it than others. Some people and some places are kind of set in, this is how we've been doing it for the last 30 years. This is how we're going to continue to do it for the next 30 years. Yeah. Whereas other places are like, no. This is where we are now and this is what we need to adopt. And with having those small pockets and small, bits of change, we're moving forward. But I've had experiences where I've worked in soap and I've had great experiences. I've had experiences where I've had other team members that have different expertise come into where I'm working and show me something different and uplift and make the artist feel amazing. Okay. But then I've also had situations where artists have not felt amazing. I've had situations where I've not felt amazing. So it's a mixed bag. Yeah. But ultimately, I feel like what we've got in some places, it can be quite territorial. And it's like, this is my space. This is what I've been doing. And I've been doing it for a long time. So do I want you to come and tell me what to do? Yes, I would like to know, but am I really open to you telling me a different way? The other thing is as well, having a hairdressing background is that when you're on set, it's not just about hairdressing. So I feel like in some ways, if you're trying to teach an experienced makeup artist a different way to manage hair, etc., but you don't necessarily have the on-set experience. You've got the hairdressing experience, but you don't have the set etiquette. You don't understand what goes into making this film work. You could be deemed as not being experienced all round. Sure. And that can be a difficult environment to navigate around.
Yeah, it almost puts you at a bit of a disadvantage because you don't necessarily have the credentials to say, I know what I'm talking about.
100%.
Yeah.
When you do in one
When you do it,
respect,
yeah.
but and this is where I feel like the industry for television and film, I mean, it's not fair that not all makeup artists have been trained, because then they're put in situations to just do textured hair, and it's like, oh my goodness, it's unfair. They've not been trained to do it. Why? It's not fair on a makeup artist. It's not fair on the artist who sat in the chair, who actually just wanted to just learn their lines, wants to get their hair done in the same way everybody else gets their hair done, and not have to think about, oh, is she going to be, protecting my hair well? Did I bring that, conditioner that I like to use? And you shouldn't need to have all of that on your mind. When what you need to do is learn your lines and go and give your best performance ever, and have your hair and makeup done to tell that story.
Yeah, sure.
That's what's important. But everything that's going on in the background, we really need to be looking at making sure we have experts in the room. And it's not good enough. Say you're a makeup artist and you've got to do, I don't know, a 1950s look, or say an afro, for example, and style it to perfection and make sure that, the texture looks how it needs to look. And I come and do a course with you for a few days, and now you're the only one in the room who does textured hair. It's not good enough.
Yeah.
You need to have the experts in the room. You need to have the ones that have had the experience of every eventuality when it comes to hair. And if they're not equipped with the set etiquette and understanding film and TV, then train them in that and give them that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, definitely. It sounds like you're in a good position to, hopefully be able to make an impact where you are.
Yeah.
And then if we have more reviews around in the industry, it can only go up from there.
And there's some amazing advocates and amazing people that I've met, including yourself, they're advocating for this change.
Yeah.
They're making this change. They understand the importance and what it means to the actresses and actors in the chair.
Yeah.
But I feel like we just need a little bit of unity. And coming together and getting our ideas together, so that we are not 100 people working in 100 different places, that we're able to collectively bring our skills, our knowledge, and help to create something. And there are some great courses out there, some in more depth than others. I deliver some. There's loads of really great people doing this. So I think it's just taking hearing the voices, knowing what's out there, and maybe having a platform like BBR and something over here that's just a little bit more targeted for people to know where to come and where to, because some makeup artists may have had loads of textured hair experience, but it might just be the wig side of it that they need. So it's, where do we go to find that? Do you know what I mean? And having
filling the gaps.
100%.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, we could go into this for so much more.
Yeah. We literally could. We need like maybe half a day.
Yeah.
But it's a great industry. Hard work, long hours. But I've recently opened my own studio for hair and makeup that I work from. So my clients can still come to me. I can still teach from there. We've got prom season coming up. We've got Ascot races, which is near where I live. So that's coming up. So there'll be a lot more makeup happening at the studio. But when it comes to me delivering for other places, I can just scoot to where I need to go and then come back. So it's nice having a base again.
Yeah, definitely. I saw. It looks beautiful.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Changing gears slightly, what does self-care look like for you?
Self-care looks like, to me, it looks like something separate over there, totally separate to my life. I can do it for other people. That's what I do. Help to look after others. But for me, it looks separate. But I've got a slight little rope on it, and I keep pulling myself in, pulling little bits in, and taking time out, being able to sit down for a minute, being able to look after my skin, being able to pamper myself, being able to be with my thoughts, all to me is self-care. Whether or not I have the time to do it as much as I'd like to, still got a little way to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what it looks like to me.
No, that's I think that's a common theme with a lot of women that I've spoken to, especially when you have children, you have a business, you've got so much going on. But the fact that you're conscious of it and you're trying to steal little moments when you can, it's progress and it's something. It's not nothing ever.
Yeah. Thank you.
So you've had a really busy day. You've been on set from early. Then you had something go on at the salon. You had to stop by. You get home. What are you doing to relax?
Probably on my phone, which is bad. Everyone's going to go, that is not a way to unwind.
No,
but in some ways,
Mm-hmm.
so I'll go on my phone just because I haven't been able to. So I'll be able to try and catch up on messages, which obviously still keeping my breath. I'm not really winding down.
Yeah.
I've got the children. So I've got a 9-month-old and a 3-year-old and a 12-year-old.
Oh, wow.
And an adult who's on holiday at the moment. So I'm consumed.
Okay.
And there's not many times I can just go, okay, this is me. No, don't have that time at the moment. But they don't stay young forever. So trying to carve out a little bit of time.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to take time for me to get more time for myself.
Yeah. So I guess it's the 9-month-old. Yeah. So you're not even at bedtime stage.
No. I'm still on broken sleep.
Yeah.
And this morning I woke up and I thought, right, okay, I can do this. And then the pollen hit me and I was like, oh no, I'm bunged up. In fact, a friend of mine launched a new restaurant last night. So we had a late night because we went to the launch of it, which was amazing, by the way. And so, yeah, sleep is needed.
Yeah, it's running from you. But
yes, it is.
Okay, thank you so much for coming down.
You are more than welcome. And I'm, like you said, I've been doing loads today, different podcasts and running around, but I really wanted to just touch base as well.
Yeah.
And just make sure that we can kind of highlight these topics.
Yeah, definitely.
And maybe put it out there and ask the audience, what do you want to hear more about?
In this
do you know
industry?
what I mean? Yeah. Like based on what we've touched on, just seeing if actually, do you want to hear more about this, or is there anyone interested in wanting to get into it? Because I think when you're outside of the film and television industry, you don't really know how to get in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So you could be an amazing hairdresser and not know how to, like, what doors to knock on.
Yeah, sure.
Do you know what I mean? So it might be interesting to put it out there and see what people want to know more of.
Yeah, we'll be having Sophia back. So let us know in advance what you want her to share on, if that's how to break into the industry, industry secrets. If you are in industry but you're struggling to maybe be visible, I'm sure there are things that you could definitely touch on. Yeah,
100%.
Perfect. Before we go, can you please share with the audience what your key mantra is for life?
Key mantra for life?
Yes.
Wow, that's a big one. Self-belief, confidence, and faith merged into one. Because there is a thing called destiny, but we just don't know. We don't know beforehand how we're going to get to where we're going to get to.
Yeah.
And I say that to say, even though we've kind of quickly touched on loads of different points, when I was 19 and I was a single mother with my first child, I never knew 20 years later we'd be engaged with more children.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. We separated. I raised her by myself. I cracked on with my life. So having that faith, that self-belief that your career and your passions and stuff, that you can achieve them with confidence, whatever's going to happen, it's going to happen. Do you know what I mean? And having that faith that it's going to be okay is really, really important.
Oh, that was beautiful. That was such a beautiful way to round it up. I love that. Yeah. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Again, I know you are back to back. So
I'm back to back. Yeah, back to babies after this.
Oh gosh. Okay. See, my youngest is 6. So I'm like, out of the woods.
100%,
I
babe.
feel like.
Don't do what I did and go. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely loved it. I wouldn't change it for the world, but it just means you're pinned down again. So if the youngest is 6,
you are not pinned down though, because you are doing the things. I can't. Please let everyone know where they can find you online before.
So the Instagram is Sophia Sestanovich, and the studio is Studio SS salon. So Sophia Sestanovich, you'll see everything I'm up to, working on set, teaching. We did Cannes Film Festival the other day and all sorts of industry stuff, which has been amazing. And Studio SS is where you can actually come and have your hair done, have your hair treated, have your makeup done, learn, do workshops and all sorts.
Yeah. We'll have everything linked below, and that's just proof that you are not tied down. You are doing it's a stressful.
It is.
But you're doing it.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And something that you said, I know we need to go. Something that you said to me on the phone about feeling like everything is falling into alignment for you. I felt that so much. And I've just been meditating on that since.
Nice.
Like, I need things to just fall into alignment. And as I'm meditating on it, praying about it, I'm seeing that happen for myself. Yeah. So I look forward to speaking with you more and sharing, again on the podcast.
Most definitely, yeah. We've got a lot to unpack.
Yeah,
definitely.
Perfect. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, be sure to thumbs up and subscribe and share with someone who would also enjoy Sophia's gems that she dropped for us, and her story, of course. But other than that, take care, stay blessed, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.